Adrian, Adrian, arise. Sophia faces new danger. Leave this oasis, find the holy city. You can save her, but there is not much time. Arise, Adrian, arise.
Honey, they are approaching!
Who is approaching?
The pillagers! They killed my men! Hide! He went off behind the dune!
I can see his tracks.
Your god told the bees, "Set up your homes in the mountains, among the trees and rocks. Then you shall taste from all the fruits."
You do not know me, yet you save my life. You quote the Quran, but I can see very well that you are not from here. If Allah wanted to send me a sign, He could not have made it more clear. Thanks be to Him that the Bedouins were in too much of a hurry to take all my belongings. Come, let us eat now. Who are you, friend? I do not even know your name.
My name is Adrian, and to be honest, I do not know where or when I was born. You will think me mad.
Sometimes men lose more than their way in the desert. This is the year 930 after the Hijrah, Adrian, and this oasis is a day's walk from Jerusalem. But what are you doing here? Are you a Christian pilgrim?
Of sorts.
You are careful. That is a quality in the desert. And you speak Arabic fairly well for a man from the north. That is an even greater quality. Come, take a little tea, pilgrim. My name is Ozdemir.
Hijrah? What do you mean?
That is what we call the beginning of our age. On that day, Mohammed left Mecca, place of his persecution, for Medina, where his followers awaited him. That happened in the month of September 622 of the Christian calendar. For Christians, today is 1,552 years after the birth of their Messiah.
Jerusalem. Then that is the holy city. Will you help me get there?
I have a debt toward you, Adrian. Although you are an infidel, I shall not forget that I owe you my life.
You pray to Allah, and you commit yourself to helping a stranger whose ancestors once roamed this land as your enemies. You are a man of peace, Ozdemir.
I am simply following the will of the Prophet to be charitable. As for the differences between our faiths, I know an anecdote. Look and listen. Imagine that around the fire there is a Jew, a Christian, and a Muslim. Our three religions were born in the desert, And so, if I take the sand as a page on which to write the history of God and man, everyone will agree. On the right, mark the name of the first prophet. Good. Everyone around the fire is in agreement. Now, write the name of the great prophet who followed him. Yes, we call him Musa. Everyone around the fire is in agreement. Musa is a great prophet, but the Jew says it ends there. Musa received the law of God, and nobody knows his will better than him, and he rises and leaves. Only the Christian and the Muslim remain around the fire. Write the name of the man of God who came after Musa. Correct. We call him Isa. And for us too, he was a great prophet. But our Christian, not you, stranger, the one around the fire in the story, says Isa was the Son of God and gave the new word. Nobody knows the will of the Father better than his own Son. And he rises and leaves the fire. Finally, write the name of the prophet who followed Isa. That's it. The Muslim agrees, but he is all alone now by the fire with the page of sand. He says, of course, Musa and Isa were admirable prophets, but Muhammad came afterwards, and Allah gave him the rest of the word. Now, write the names of the holy books under those of the prophets. The page is finished, and nobody agrees on the names and the merits of these names. Note how the Muslim is the only one to acknowledge the merits of all three prophets and their words. He is surely the wisest of the three.
Why is he the wisest, my friend?
He is the wisest because at the end of the great discussion, he is the only one still by the fire, while the other two have disappeared into the cold night. And that's very foolish in the desert. Even a child knows that.
Ozdemir, a man as wise as the one you describe, would have managed to keep everyone by the fire.
Oh, perhaps, but to do that, he would have had to write in the sand above Abraham the name of the Almighty in a way that everyone would agree with. If you can find out how to do this, you are the wisest of all. But I am going to sleep now because I doubt I will ever find a man capable of that.
Ozdemir, I too have something to show you.
Yes, earth, water, sky, all is God. And fire is the faith that Allah ignites in the heart of man. You are courageous, educated, careful, and wise. You speak Arabic. I have great need for a man like you where I am going. What other languages do you speak?
Greek, Latin, Hebrew, and the language of the French allies of your emperor.
A translator. Allah has determined that you should cross my path. I have a delicate matter to settle in Jerusalem, and your skills could be of great use to me. Will you stay with me for a few days?
I would be honored. And if it is true that there is no danger, Ozdemir, it is possible that by helping you, I shall help myself.
Jerusalem, the 3 times holy city.
The city of Christ's Passion.
The city where Mohammed was carried off by a winged mare with a woman's face to join Allah.
And for the Jews?
The city of their greatest king, David, and the site of Solomon's temple, the sanctuary of the Ark of the Covenant.
I wonder what the city will be for me.
Maktub, Adrian. It is written.
These city walls are incredible.
Jerusalem is very dear to the heart of Solomon. He ordered many constructions there. Fountains, a new facade for the Cathedral of the Rock, a hospice, and the reconstruction of the city walls. A city such as this is never safe from Bedouin attacks, or even a new crusade.
Are they Janissaries guarding the entrance?
Yes, they are Christian children brought up in conquered lands and raised as fighting monks. They are the supporters of the empire, but sometimes I worry that their power becomes too great. Come, it is high time we made ourselves known. Guard, I am Chavush to His Highness Solomon. I must see the governor immediately.